Hey everyone, it's Aquila and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast. Welcome to my channel. This is episode 78 and today is August 10th, 2020. I'm actually recording on Monday. That usually never happens. If you're just joining this channel and this is the first episode you watch, I upload a video every Saturday and it is clips throughout my week of different things. Mostly fiber, knitting, crochet, yarny stuff. Sometimes I include other crafty bits or food, but for the most part, it's, yarn related. So, welcome to any new people who are just joining me, and welcome back to any people who are returning viewers. I appreciate you. So, if you're a new viewer, you won't know that I've talked about this previously. I'm going to insert a picture here. You can Google this and you can find it called like shawl with pockets or scarf with pockets. You can buy a pattern, I believe. I've seen them on Etsy, not Itsy, Itsy Bitsy. But I didn't. I own an Addi Express circular knitting machine. And I thought it would be really cool to experiment and make something that's not just a tube. Now, if you are a returning viewer, you know that I've been working on the Pixham sweater, and I will be showing that to you. I'm not really prepped to put a sweater on today, but I will show you in this episode finished Pixham sweater. I was showing you that I was trying to attempt to make that shawl with pockets on my machine, and I have gotten pretty far if you ask me. Let me pull out the yarn that I purchased. Oh, sorry, a little bit of crinkling. I bought 3 balls of, yes, acrylic yarn. Yes, from Walmart. No shame here. Bought 3 balls of this. I thought I was gonna need, the yardage on this was comparable to the Caron cake, which I attempted to use to get an idea of if it would work or not. The yardage was close. So I bought 3, thinking I would need 1 for each panel, and then I need pockets, and then I need fringe. Didn't need 3. That's okay though. I cranked.
I'll be back.
John's leaving. Okay. I took notes on this. They're somewhere. They're right here. I set my machine to do flat panel knitting, and I cranked 31 stitches, 31 stitch wide panels, and I cranked 360 rows. It got me to the point where on me the pockets would be comfortable because I am making it for someone who is relatively comparable arm length wise. I think it would work for her too. I made 2 of those panels and I mattress seamed them together already. So you're not going to see 2 panels, you're going to see one panel that's already seamed up. I still have live stitches because I do want to drop some stitches to make this not curl so much. Now, when you're knitting, when you're making panels on your circular machine, it creates, they tube up, they curl up a lot. Like you can see, it curls up a lot. So I am going to be strategically dropping some stitches in these panels. But it took a while to seam 360 stitches together. It was kind of insane. I mean, I love the mattress stitch. Again, if you've not done the mattress stitch, you should at least Google the mattress stitch and watch the magic that it happens. So, here is my panel. You can see that it is down the center, mattress stitched, but for the most part, you can barely tell. And so it's wide, right? And I was worried about the width because I do want it to be, fit around your shoulders, be nice and shawl-like. So when I drop some of those stitches, you're really gonna get an even wider panel. And yeah, it's very, very long. I'm excited about this. I'm truly excited that I'm doing something on my knitting machine that I think this pattern, when you look at it, it looks crochet. Now crochet is fast. Don't get me wrong, because I can crochet really fast. Not really fast, but fast enough. Sorry, this little hair is bugging me and it's just not gonna go away. Oh well. I used my panel to take some measurements and make pockets, which I have done. They are in this bucket because I still have yarn attached to them. The original 2 balls, I cranked 1 pocket from each ball that I had left over from these panels because I want to have a long enough tail to seam it, but also I want to put, so ignore the waste yarn. This is considered waste yarn. You have to use waste yarn on your machine. So because I'll be seaming, this will be the top of the pocket. These will be the sides. I'll be tacking it down and sewing it down. It's not gonna curl hopefully as much. And then there's the bottom, and then there's the second one. I also left the ball attached because I want to do a few rows of ribbing or a few rows of crochet across the top of the pocket because I want to. No other reason, just because I want to. Yeah, so there's my 2 pockets. So technically, all I have left to do is drop some stitches, get these prepped, and sew them on. Boom. And add fringe. I think I'm adding fringe. I think it makes it really cozy looking when it has the fringe on it. And I think it'll make this look not so plain and boring. Not that plain and boring isn't a bad thing, because it's supposed to be like just a big old hug, right? With pockets. I don't know. So I took all my measurements. I could actually write this up if I wanted to. We'll see how it goes. I've never written a pattern before, so oof, I would need some help. But I just had to show you guys because you might have been saying, Aquila, have you even thought about taking your idea further? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Sorry, I'm in a little bit of a weird, goofy mood. I'm very excited for this. This is actually pretty soft for being 100% acrylic. And I'll probably steam block it to try to get a little more of that curl out of it. But I don't want to make it crunchy feeling if I steam block it too much. The other thing, when I was digging through some of my craft supplies, I found this little Tic Tac container, and it was full of stitch markers that I started making, which I never finished. And I put the little dab of glue on today. These are just jump rings. I don't know the best way to show this. They're just jump rings that I put a bead on. And where the join is on the jump ring, I put a dab of glue and then put the bead over where the jump ring opens. And I have a bunch of different colors, so I made sure I wanted to finish them. So I have some packages that I'll be mailing out soon, and I'm gonna put a few of these in my packages, although I don't have cute little bags. But so I was just using different beads I had on hand apparently. Come on, focus. Nope, not gonna focus. Nope. Focus. Oh, there we go. I was just using different color beads that I had. I don't know. I thought maybe I was making them for my knit group and I never finished. Don't know. All right, one more thing I want to show you guys, because this is also going to be going in a package I'm going to be mailing out. And I've shown these on my podcast before. So I'm sorry if you've already seen them, but I probably have not shown them I don't even think I showed them this Christmas, so probably more than a Christmas ago, because they are Christmas related. These are, excuse me, the Elegant Beaded Ornament, and they're by Lynn Designs. I have notes in my little folder pocket here. Let me just shove them down. Yeah, you'll get the idea. There you go. Those are all beads. I can link to them down in the show notes because I do have the Ravelry page for them. I have a stash of these ornaments because once Christmas comes, they're hard to come by. Just saying. So if you have thoughts about this, buy them now. You knit in the round and you add your beads and you slip it over and voila. I'll show you guys. I am going completely untraditional for Christmas and I'm using black beads. These are a 6/0 bead. And the yarn you use is like this metallic. I mean, I guess you could use any yarn you wanted. I use this because I like the metallic yarn, and it is considered a 0 lace weight yarn. And I have a few of these. I have 2 in silver. I must have stocked up the last time I bought some. I have some gold. They're not all the same though. I have labels for all of these. Some of them are different. That was Aunt Lydia's fashion, another one. Some of these are JP and Coates. So you just have to look at your local stores, or I think I got these at big box stores. I don't think you need a specialty shop to get this. You string them on, you string your beads on first. You have to string on so many. And as you're knitting, you just pull that bead up to where it belongs. The pattern's really super simple. I actually bought this pattern 5-6 years ago at the Maryland Alpaca and Fleece Festival. And I use it a lot. I've made quite a few of these. I also bought this one and I've never made it. I think it's intimidating. It's just a slip stitch beaded ornament, it says, but I've never made this one. I thought it was pretty, and I guess maybe, I don't know, thought I was like, oh, I'll make different ones. No, you don't. You make the same one every time. But I'll show you guys that. It was one of my pretty popular episodes in Vlogmas one year. If I can find the episode, I'll put the iCard up above here so you can see. I'm excited though because I love making these. They're really a lot of fun. They're a little fiddly because I use double pointed. I guess you could do magic loop, but I just do double pointed. And yeah. And that's why these needles just stay with this pattern and this project and all my yarn, because I'm constantly using the same needles. They're Susan Bates and they're US 4s. There you go. So I'll be showing those on this episode, most likely, if I get to it. I'm losing my voice. Can you hear that? But I'm excited. And I was like very talky. Very talky. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, the 12th of August, 2020. Can't see it all, I know. I'll stand up in a minute. This is my Pixham pullover. This was made on my Addi king size machine. The pattern is by Jimmy. Oh my gosh. Every time I forget. The link will be below with the designer's name. She designed this sweater, both so you could make it on your Addi king size, or if you wanted to hand knit it. So it was a labor of love. I just said that in a post I made on Instagram, so now it's stuck in my head. You make your panels and then you do all your seaming and you put it together. I like it. I'm not totally 100% satisfied with it, and that's just nitpicky things really on my end. I don't like the seam that goes across the bust. I would probably, if I made it again, mattress seam it. Let me just stand up and show you guys so you can see. So I don't love the seam. It's supposed to be kind of decorative, but I didn't get that when I finished it. I don't feel like it is as decorative as it is in maybe the pictures that are shown, so I would mattress seam that. I would also not make it as long. I made it a little too long. Let me turn my camera down, I guess, so you can see. So here's my pants line. Belly button, pants line. I think I would have moved the whole seam up one, honestly. Like there. I think that's more accurate. I know it's supposed to be oversized. It's supposed to have a lot of positive ease. I like it. I'm just not 100% in love with it. It's very cozy. It's very warm. The yarn I used, I've now put away. I've talked about this sweater so much, I feel like people are going to be bored. But I know I wanted to show you guys the final product. I did not steam block this. This is just au naturel. Although I could steam block a little bit here. I had ran out of yarn and I picked up the ball where I ripped out the sweater that this originally came from. So it's kind of crinkly. It's kind of crinkly and wrinkly. So, yeah. And I probably wouldn't have done such a loose bind off, honestly. But it's definitely cozy and warm. So, I would make this again. Just with my little bits of modifications in maybe a color that I would wear more versus this color, because this was just what I had on hand. This is that lamb's wool that I don't think they even make anymore. But it's beautiful. I would even make this again and not put this in it, and it just be like a really cozy sweater, because I feel like I'm gonna end up snagging these or pulling these, or Hazel's gonna end up grabbing them somehow. I don't know. But it's still really cool. I really like it. So even the size I made is fine. But yeah, I would probably steam block these out a little. Not really pull them, just to maybe straighten those strands a little. But yeah, I like it. I'm gonna take it off. It's a little warm because I have another finished object to show you. I've already posted pictures of this on Instagram and I have gotten such a good response. And I even posted it on my Facebook page. I don't always cross post from Instagram to Facebook. Mostly because I get a lot of people that are like, I want one. And I don't think they understand how long some of this stuff takes. And that's okay. And I explain it to them. And then I explain the cost. And then they're like, I can buy one cheaper. Totally okay with that. Let me pause and take this off, and I will have the other finished object to show you. I showed you guys the yarn in the first clip for this episode. It is done. I totally put like all my effort into this in the last couple days, and I haven't touched much of anything else. So this is the shawl with pockets. This is the picture I showed that people on social media have been sending around for quite a few years. The picture, I believe, is a crocheted item. This I decided to crank on my Addi Express, so that thing had gotten a lot of use. And I seamed the two panels together right down the middle. I showed you guys that, I believe. Dropped all these stitches to make that curl come out of it, which it still curls up a little, but it's okay. I did not steam block this. I don't think I'm going to. It has pockets. They're not perfectly sewn on, but again, it's not the easiest thing to sew on and make it look like super beautiful. And of course, fringe. Let me stand up and I'll show you. So it's definitely a little bit longer than I would probably make for myself, but it's pretty cool. And it comes down pretty far. Like, you gotta pull on it and really situate it the way you want. You could get a shawl pin and pin it if you really wanted to. I don't have anything like a double point readily available. But yeah, I really like it. It's very boho looking, kind of like boho chic, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But I like it, and I think the recipient is also going to really, really like it, and that makes me happy. The next time I do it, I might not drop the stitches on the inside of the pocket, but again, these aren't supposed to be like for, I mean, you're not putting tiny coins in there, you know? Like, It's really just to put your hands, keep warm. Oh my god, I love all this fringe. I used 2 full balls of that Mainstays Walmart yarn. I thought I was gonna need 3, and I only used 2. I even got all my fringe out of just 2 balls. So they're close to 400 yards, so it's 800 yards. I like it. I think it's cool. I'm excited. I wanted to show you guys here. I wanted to get it up on Instagram and take pictures because I want to get this to the recipient this week. Yay! All right. Take that off. Sorry, this shirt. I need one of the bras that like razor backs, I guess, for this shirt, which I don't have. I cranked this tube this morning. I had showed you guys I had put it on the cone using the drill attachment, and I like it. This is folded in half, so I could definitely get 2 socks out of this. I think they're gonna be shorty socks for my mama. This is a nice yarn, and I wasn't sure if they still made this, and they do, although the only colorways I can find online are solid colors. That doesn't mean that they don't have more of these. I quickly glanced on the interwebs. Oh, I technically have almost a third finished object because I showed you guys the ornament. Well, I've now covered up the picture of it, but I wanted to show you putting the ornament onto. It's so crazy looking. So here's the yarn I had used. And it looks crazy because, oh, I should have prepped it. I might have to pause this and prep it. So it's now, I've done my increases, my knitting, the knitting part, all the beads are in there. It looks kind of crazy because the beads don't really show until you put the ornament on. Oh, that bead might be in the wrong spot. Wow. Oh well. 1 ornament, 1 bead out of 170 isn't too bad. Let me prep this one more time because I thought I was doing this late last night, but I want to show you guys how it goes onto the ornament ball, and that's really cool. All right, it's better. So you leave a long tail, you take a needle, darning one of your needles, you pull it through all your stitches, and you take it off the needle so you have this big opening at the top. I'm gonna take this needle off now because it'll probably just fall off if I don't. You take your ornament. The pattern specifies what size ornaments you need. I don't think this even tells you what size. It says 80 millimeter crafty. And I've dropped it. Is that what it says on here? An 80 millimeter. It says 67. Oh, do I have the wrong size? I've bought these before and I've bought the wrong size. Last time I showed this on one of my episodes or my podcast, or I don't remember if it was a Vlogmas. It took me like forever to get it on. I had to speed it up, and I was just talking while it was sped up. And it was funny. Wonder if this is the wrong size, because I've previously bought the wrong size ornaments before for these things. Now I'm just struggling. I think this is the wrong size. Give me a minute. Why, yes, I am the most prepared podcaster in the world. Gosh, thanks for asking. I had the wrong size. Look, that's a huge difference. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I have these, because I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Guess I could make the ornaments bigger. Hey. That goes on much easier. Then you pull your string nice and tight. And you have this pretty ornament. Of course, I show you the side that has the bead out of place. We'll show you the other side. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. Oh, that's annoying. Well, the recipient can just hang that side on the back side of the tree, or to the inside of the tree. I love these. I think they're really cool. I love how when you put it on, The beads definitely pop through to the front side. Yeah. These have always been pretty popular when I show them on the podcast. That's not the right button. That's better. So there you go. 3 finished. Well, now it's practically finished. I just gotta tuck these couple ends in. That's exciting. I love making these, and you could do any color beads. You could do any color yarn. You could match your decor however you would want. Or friends decor, you know, if you want to make some for friends. I have my list in here from when I made them. Like, I think the first year I made them, I think I made like 23. That's insane. So yay, there we go. I don't know how much more I'll have to show you in this episode, because that's a lot. Okay, everyone, I wanted to show you that I successfully now cranked a heel and a toe, but I wanted to show you because the toe is quite interesting. Please excuse my contact dermatitis of the hand. Yeah, that's fun. It itches really bad. And it migrates. It moves from here to there to here to there. What a pain in the butt. So I wanted to show you this because it's visually interesting, plus it's completely different than a normal toe. So when you're making a normal toe on a sock, I shouldn't say normal. When you make a toe on a sock from in the round, you are working across all these stitches, right? You decrease your stitches and you Kitchener at the top. So when you crank a heel and a foot, or a heel and a toe, I'm sorry. So I cast on with some scrap yarn. I did a few rows here. And then you decrease just half of your stitches. And then you increase back. So you have this many stitches that you're working. Then you increase back until you have 64, because that's what my cylinder is. And then you reconnect and you start cranking in the round again. So you can see that's where I kind of picked up cranking in the round again. So, excuse me, froggy throat. So you crank so many rows, and then you stop cranking here. And then you're decreasing again. Decrease, 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 till you have so many stitches across. Then you increase, 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 which is creating the top of the foot, the top of the toe. So you're increasing to get back to 64 stitches. So now I have 32 stitches here, and I have 32 stitches here, which is where I had stopped. So I lifted that many stitches up on my cylinder. And then you crank some waste yarn. So you crank some waste yarn, and then you take your sock off. This doesn't fit really good on my blocker. The sock is a little small for my blocker. My blocker is an 8, and this is probably like a size 7, 7.5. It was just a test. I'm just testing. So what I am now going to do is I'm going to take my double pointed needles, and I'm going to pick up 32 stitches on this side. Let me take it off. I'm going to pick up 32 stitches on the top of the toe, 32 stitches on the top of the foot, which is connected to the toe. Those are drop stitches. I had to pick those up. I forgot about that. But they're picked up to the line where I'm going to pick up anyway. And then I'm going to take my waste yarn out, and I'm going to have pretty much two... I shouldn't compare it to that. It's not really comparable. That'd be like if I was Kitchenering. It's going to be, this part here is going to be what's Kitchenered versus up here. So you're going to be Kitchenering 32 stitches across versus 12, which is what I do my toe down to. So there you go. So let's do the roundup for the week. It is Saturday, August 15th, 2020. I was showing you guys that sock, so I just want to keep continuing with that part. So it's a little too small. I am going to just be taking this out probably anyway. I don't have enough yarn to make a second one. No, definitely don't have enough yarn. So here is where I Kitchenered it. You can, from the dark green to the light green stripe there. So it does make the stripes on your sock look a little different, but I mean, it's on your toe. It's not a big deal. So if I took this off, this is the top of the toe, which is where it's Kitchenered. My Kitchener is not perfect, but when it's stretched out, you really can't tell. There's a couple videos on how to like stop this from dog earing. I didn't really get much dog earing, I don't think anyway. So I don't think it looks bad at all. It's pretty interesting because it's not Kitchenered at the toe, so that's kind of cool. It worked. It's just a little bit small. It fits on my foot, but it's a little small. And anyway, like I said, this is just, I'm practicing. I am practicing because honestly, that stack right there is giving me anxiety. I didn't bring it in with me. It's giving me anxiety because I don't want to have so many tubes and not finished objects from them. It's gonna make me go a little crazy. Let me go grab what I have been working on. I picked up the first tube I cranked and I'm starting to put toes in it. I've only put one toe in. I'm working on the second toe. The yarn I'm using is this navy. It's really dark. It's hard to tell that it's even navy. It is by Premier, I believe. Premier Yarns, Deborah Norville, Serenity Sock. And it is called Navy. So I'm using that. And I have, I'm making them for my mom. This is her foot. This is the template you make when you buy the fish kiss lips heel pattern. I'll put it down below. All the things I talk about, I try to put links down below. And I need to remeasure her ankle spot. I haven't put in the heels because I need to remeasure, because when I measured her foot, here's where the ankle was, and when I did the calculations for the heel, it was here. So I gotta remeasure her foot when she gets here. I may have measured wrong when I was doing this. So she wears like a 10.5, 11. So these are gonna be kind of shorty socks. I have put the toe on one end, took out the waist yarn, put in a toe. I've taken out the waist yarn, and I'm starting a toe. I'm not there yet. And this is the halfway point where I'm gonna cut this whole tube in half. There's halfway. So that's where the cuffs will be. And this is approximately where the heel is gonna be, but I wanna make sure. So when the heel is turned on these, you know, the heel will be there. It's only gonna be that much cuff, leg, and I'm probably just gonna do it in the navy also. I thought about ripping out 2 stripes and doing the ribbing in the same color as the whole sock, but I don't think it really matters. And I know she's not really picky. She loves socks, knitted yarn socks. So yeah, I have to start getting to work on these. It's gonna drive me a little crazy if they're just a bunch of tubes laying around. Paused it because she was screaming, and she's still screaming, even though I told her no. It's like 10:30 and she wants ice cream. Not happening. I want to show you something I bought. I bought a bag. I don't buy many project bags. I just use the ones I have because I don't have a ton of projects going on at one time. I'm very not monogamous, but I keep it very like minimal. That's why that's stressing me out. So I bought this bag from Kim. She has been a follower of my Instagrams and my podcast. Hey Kim. And she has an Etsy shop, and I'll put the link down below. It's called A Nod to Mama, and she uses recycled materials. So she'll go to the thrift and she'll buy sheets or pillowcases or cute dresses, and she upcycles the material. I love this idea. I love that. I also have a collection of stuff that I've bought at thrift stores, and I've slowly been using it for different things. I used a sheet that I had for one of my little quilts that I made a few years back. I just love the idea of trying to slow down all that fast fashion and all this these clothes that just end up in thrift stores and, you know, the trash and the dump, and I love this idea. So when she had first posted that she was going to start making bags, I knew I had to buy one. And I've never owned a bag that was like a backpack. It's like a backpack. And so it's a drawstring. Let me grab it. Hold on. Sorry. It's sitting on the tissue paper. She wrapped it in. I haven't used it yet. She's still screaming out there. So here's her tag, her label, a nod to mama. Now, everything, of course, is not recycled. I'm sure if she found string and whatnot for her stuff and she could reuse it, I'm sure she probably would. I don't even know if you'll ever see that I paused it there. So, her label on the bag. Now, this bag came with a matching Notions pouch. Has a little handle on it. It's got a little zipper. It is made so beautifully. I love that the inside fabric is also a light color. I find it hard to find things in my bags when it's a dark color, so I enjoy light color on the inside of my bags. And this fabric, I'm not quite sure what it's from. Maybe like sheets or something, a dress, I don't know, but it's beautiful. And so it's a drawstring top, but it's a backpack too. Or you don't have to wear it like a backpack. You can just drape it over your shoulder. I love it. It's huge. This might be one of the biggest bags I own. Really, really nice. Look how big that is. And the price was great. So I'll link down below to her Etsy shop. You should really check her out if you're into helping the environment, slowing down all that fast fashion and all the production of stuff that, you know, we don't need to produce so much in the clothing industry right now. It's crazy. Oh, and it does have a little pocket on the inside. In the same, God, that's hard to show. There it is, and it's in the same fabric. I love this. When I saw this fabric, I knew this had to be like mine. Super sweet, super awesome. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so I had to show that. Now I can use it. I've been working on both of my sweaters, the cat bells and the one with roses on it. I can't think. Brain not functioning. I've put some rose on it. Not enough to show you. I am still working on the body. So until I get to like some sleeves, I feel like I'm just gonna keep that on the down low. Once I get some more done. And then it's gonna be on the down low again until I finish sleeves. It's crazy. But I think I only have like 2 more inches left on my cat bells for the pattern part and then some ribbing. So yay. I've been playing on my Addi king size. I've also cranked one other tube. I put that on Instagram already. But I've cranked one other tube. And I'm just not going to show that. You can go on my Instagram page and see me cranking it. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback because it's mesmerizing watching the yarn colors change. So I've been like speeding it up ×8 and putting music to it and just putting it on Instagram. I found a woman on YouTube, actually somebody sent it to me, Joe over in England sent me a link to this woman who makes stuff on an Addi machine, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna like get sucked into this. I got sucked in. I found this doll. She looks a little raggedy. Hazel's been playing with her. John said it kind of looks like a turd. And I didn't put the color shoes on her. I did flesh because I thought it would be cute as her feet, but she kind of looks like a weird tooth. I don't know. Look, it's just a stuffy for Hayes to play with, and she loves it, and yeah. So I made this part all on my Addi machine. I started with the hair color, the brown, did so many rounds of the flesh. Now, I'll link that video down below. She tells you exactly what to do. She shows you in the video. It's like a half-an-hour video. She makes this in like a half an hour. She speeds up a little bit of the cranking, but seriously, like she slept with it. So you just crank, change color, crank, change color, and then you pull everything tight, and then you have a tube. It's kind of hard to explain. So here's the tube that I haven't ripped out. So this is still a tube and you fold that in half and mattress seam up the side, and then you stuff the inside. So you would only have so much. Like that would be how tall that doll was, right? And then you stuff it, and then you add all the embellishments. Super cute. Scrap yarn that I had, and you do some cute hair, and I just gave her a little bow in her hair, embroider a little face. So I surprised her when I picked her up from school. She has arms, she shows you in the video. You put yarn through and you pull it real tight, so it kind of resembles that there's an arm, like she's holding her arms down like this. I like it. Hayes likes it. I should have stuffed her more. The yarn is pilling like crazy. Then, of course, I ripped out the test shawl with pockets that I had made out of the Caron cake, and I've used it now. So this is a Caron cake. This color is called Funfetti Confetti. And you might remember the colors if you have watched the past episode. So Hazel wanted another headband. So I made her another headband. It's a little big, but that's okay. She's gonna grow more into it. So, and I did this is the same woman. I watched the tutorial for how to fold this and seam it all up. It's hard to show you how it's all seamed because I can't even figure out where. It's okay. So, made another one of those because Z said she wanted another one, so she got another one. And with the rest of it, I cranked a double-sided hat that I'll either give to someone or donate. So here's one side, and then the other side. I didn't actually tack this one down because I feel like you don't need to. And then the other side is just the two purples, and if you fold it up, you get a little bit of the pink. And I had a little bit of yarn left from this ball because I tried to crank a cowl out of it. It was too many rows, and I had to rip it out, and I made the 120 rows to make the reversible hat because here's the whole tube. You pull it together, and then you just stuff one side and in the other, which I couldn't show you that on my other ones because I tacked them down, so I could actually show you on this one. There you go. Super simple, in and out, change. Whoop. I love these. These are going to be great for like charity knitting and donating for shelters. So I have talked a lot. I know my other videos were like close to 10 minutes also, so this is going to be like already 30 some minutes. But I hope everybody is doing well. I will continue to keep posting videos of cranking my tubes. I'll keep showing you guys the toes and how the socks work up once I've, finished a tube. I'm definitely going to show you guys those. I might have to record a short video because I'm hoping to finish them this weekend while my mom's here. I can give them to her. And then she has another pair of socks. And she could actually wear these now because they'd be short for summer since it's still warm. But thank you to everyone for, commenting and liking and subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. And yeah, I got my gift cards out to both of the winners. Thank you both for contacting me, and I can't wait to see what they've purchased. And if they tag me in it, maybe I'll even show you guys in like a picture what they've purchased on not previous videos, on upcoming videos. There you go. But I'm excited that I have completed a successful heel and toe on my machine. I can't wait to start doing some hung hems, doing some legs, doing the whole sock. It's exciting. Okay, and I'll be just continuing to show you all the progress that I make and what I'm learning. So until the next time, knit happy.